Did you know that before modern safety measures were introduced, the fatality rate in car accidents was a staggering 60% higher than it is today? It's a chilling fact, isn't it? Picture that for a moment. The act of getting behind the wheel, something many of us do every single day, was significantly more dangerous. In the early days of motoring, safety was not the paramount concern. The focus was on speed, on the thrill of the open road. Seatbelts, airbags, these were concepts as foreign as the idea of flying to the moon. The result? An alarming number of accidents resulted in fatalities, injuries were commonplace, and the roads were a battlefield where the war was waged between man and machine. The shocking reality was that driving a car was akin to playing Russian roulette. Every journey, a gamble. Every turn of the ignition key, a roll of the dice. Clearly, something needed to change. And fortunately, it did. Enter the world of car safety measures, starting as early as the 19th century. From the dawn of the automobile, safety has always been a significant concern. As the horsepower increased and the speed limits crept higher, the need for safety measures became more pressing. The first step towards this direction was made in the late 19th century with the introduction of the seatbelt. Yes, you heard it right. The concept of a seatbelt, the most basic yet essential safety feature in our cars today, was introduced as early as the 1880s. The first seatbelt, however, was not quite the same as the one we are familiar with today. It was a simple two-point belt, fastened around the waist, primarily used in horse-drawn carriages to keep people from being thrown off. Fast forward to the 1930s, the idea of a seatbelt was reintroduced, this time designed for the automobile. These were two-point lap belts and were initially introduced in commercial passenger planes to protect pilots during turbulence. It wasn't until the 1950s that these safety belts were incorporated into passenger cars. The impact was immediate and profound. The introduction of seatbelts led to a significant decrease in fatalities and severe injuries resulting from car accidents. They were the first line of defense, holding passengers in place during a collision and preventing them from being thrown forward. By the 1960s, seatbelts had become a standard feature in most cars. The industry had evolved from the initial two-point lap belts to the three-point belts we are familiar with today, providing even better protection. And the seatbelt was just the start. The invention of this simple safety feature paved the way for a whole host of advancements in car safety. It marked the beginning of a new era, an era where safety became a priority, where every life on the road mattered. The journey of car safety measures has been long and winding, each twist and turn leading to innovations that have saved countless lives. It's a testament to human ingenuity and our relentless pursuit of safety. And that was just the beginning. As time progressed, so did the sophistication of car safety measures. Let's take a journey through the decades, shall we? In the mid-20th century, car manufacturers began to realize the need for safer vehicles. One of the first advancements was the introduction of padded dashboards. These cushioned surfaces, introduced in the 1950s, aimed to reduce the impact and potential injuries during a crash, but innovation didn't stop there. In the 1960s, a new feature was introduced that changed the way cars reacted to collisions: crumple zones. This ingenious idea, pioneered by Mercedes-Benz, was all about absorbing and dissipating the energy of a crash. Instead of a rigid structure that could potentially transfer the force of the impact to the occupants, crumple zones allowed certain parts of the car to deform and crumple in a controlled manner, saving lives in the process. As we moved into the 1970s, it was clear that controlling the car during critical situations was as important as protecting the occupants during a crash. Enter the anti-lock braking system, or ABS. This system prevents the wheels from locking up during braking, thus maintaining the car's steerability. The introduction of ABS was a game-changer as it significantly reduced the chances of skidding and offered greater control to the driver. Then came the 1980s, a decade that saw the rise of seatbelt reminders. While seatbelts had been around for a while, many people neglected to use them. To combat this, manufacturers introduced a simple yet effective reminder system. If the car detected that the seatbelt was not fastened, it would emit a sound or light to remind the driver or passenger. This small addition played a huge role in improving safety on the roads. As we moved through the decades, the march of progress was relentless. Each new invention, each new breakthrough, served to further decrease the risk of injury or death in a car accident. But the most revolutionary safety feature was yet to come. In the 1980s, a game-changer arrived on the scene: the airbag. Suddenly, the prospect of surviving a car crash wasn't just about luck or the sturdiness of the vehicle, it also hinged on the split-second inflation of a life-saving cushion. The introduction of airbags was a pivotal moment in car safety history. But what exactly are airbags? Picture this: a nylon bag folded into the steering wheel, dashboard, or door of your car, ready to spring into action when needed. In the event of a sudden impact, sensors trigger the release of nitrogen gas, inflating the airbag in a fraction of a second. This swift reaction provides an instant buffer between the occupants and the car's interior, significantly reducing the risk of severe injuries. But it wasn't all smooth sailing for these revolutionary devices. Early versions of airbags were criticized for causing injuries themselves, due to their high deployment speed and lack of control. Thankfully, as with many pioneering technologies, airbags evolved. Today, we have advanced multi-stage airbags that can adapt their deployment to the severity of the crash and the size of the occupant, minimizing potential harm. And the effectiveness of airbags? It's undeniable. Studies have consistently shown that the use of airbags reduces the risk of death in direct frontal crashes by about 30%. That's not just a statistic, that's thousands of lives saved every year thanks to a cushion of air. Airbags have also paved the way for further advancements in vehicle safety. They've inspired the development of side curtain airbags, knee airbags, and even seatbelt airbags. Each new iteration designed to offer more comprehensive protection to vehicle occupants in diverse crash scenarios. So what started as a simple idea in the 1980s has transformed into an essential safety feature in every modern vehicle. Airbags marked a new era in car safety, but the innovation didn't stop there. As we'll see, the quest for safer roads continues, pushing the boundaries of technology and design in pursuit of the ultimate goal: zero fatalities on our roads. Fast forward to the 21st century, and car safety measures are more advanced than ever. It's a world where technology and innovation drive safety, and the focus is not just on surviving crashes, but on preventing them altogether. One of the most striking advancements in recent years is collision warning systems. These use radar, laser, and camera sensors to detect potential hazards ahead, be it another vehicle, a pedestrian, or an object. If the system detects a risk of collision, it alerts the driver with visual or auditory signals. In some cases, these systems can even apply the brakes if the driver doesn't react in time, reducing the severity of the crash or avoiding it altogether. Then we have automatic emergency braking, or AEB. This technology is a step up from collision warning systems. AEB doesn't just warn the driver, it takes action. If the system detects an imminent collision and the driver fails to respond, it automatically applies the brakes. This can significantly reduce the impact speed and, in some cases, prevent the collision entirely. Finally, let's talk about lane keeping assistance. This technology uses cameras to monitor road markings and detect if the car is unintentionally drifting out of its lane. If it is, the system gently corrects the steering or alerts the driver, helping to prevent accidents caused by wandering off course. These safety features, once the stuff of science fiction, are now becoming standard in many new cars. They're part of a broader shift towards proactive safety, using technology to predict and prevent accidents before they happen, rather than just mitigating the damage when they do. From simple seatbelts to high-tech warning systems, car safety has come a long way. It's a testament to the power of innovation, and a reminder of how far we've come in our quest to make the roads safer for everyone. So, what's next for car safety? As we look towards the horizon, the future of vehicular safety is teeming with potential. The advent of autonomous cars is a game changer. These self-driving marvels, equipped with advanced artificial intelligence, are poised to reshape the landscape of on-road safety. Imagine vehicles that can predict potential hazards and react faster than a human driver ever could. Picture a world where accidents are drastically reduced, not by human caution, but by machine precision. Moreover, we're seeing the rise of advanced AI systems designed to assist human drivers. These systems can monitor a driver's alertness, detect if a child has been left in a hot car, or even call for help in the event of an accident. The realm of car safety is continuously evolving, embracing new technologies and innovations. One thing's for sure, the road to safer driving is a journey that's far from over.